This is Russell Fagan, aka Sinistral Rifleman, and this is my video for Desert Brutality 2019, Stage 8, and final results. This is my first attempt in Classic Division during the staff match. This is the 8th stage that I shot. There is a single MGM spinner at 100 yards. The top plate is 9 inches across and the bottom plate is 11 inches across. As originally written, this stage required the shooter to hit the top plate once and the bottom plate once from each position. The kettlebell is 62 pounds. Where it lands is the shooter's next shooting position. They must be within 1 arm length of the kettlebell.
Got it? Got it.
The rifle goes unsafe, the shooter stands back up and throws the kettlebell again. This process will repeat until the kettlebell passes the line at 50 yards.
Top hit. Bottom.
Each line off to the left that the shooter crosses subtracts 15 seconds from their overall time. Based on the uneven terrain on this stage, from some positions I'm not able to monopod off my magazine and actually get a sight picture.
Top. Bottom.
Desert Brutality and two-gun action challenge matches have a policy against painting targets. Shooting this stage late in the day with iron sights provides little contrast on the steel, and I'm seeing more of the arms and positioning my sights based on the target frame and arms than on the targets themselves.
Top. Bottom.
I prefer to take the smaller top target first when it is stationary, then transition to the larger bottom target when it is moving.
Top.
The good thing about this is you are getting closer to the target. Yeah.
Bottom.
Say at this distance from my setup, I should be okay.
On this run, the par time is 180 seconds. The par time is rapidly approaching. What we're going to find out is that the difficulty on the stage was a bit too much. If a shooter with my skill level is going to par out on this stage, it means that the vast majority of shooters are going to par out on it. And that isn't our goal. We want to challenge people at a reasonable level so that they have the opportunity to learn from it rather than just get destroyed.
Bottom in your par. We're going to have to change this.
Start closer?
No, we'll just remove the top plate. That was too much. You agree?
Probably. I could do it with a dot.
But not with irons. All right. Let's clear the rifle. Ready to go again?
Woo! You just like using him as the test dummy, don't you?
He likes it. He's like that Mikey kid in the cereal commercial. Hey, like we found this bag of poop. You want to try it? Mikey likes it. Clear it. Yeah. Okay. You're good. I think we have to just make it bottom plate only. That's why we're doing this, right? That was too hard.
And you said we didn't have to do the Cassard.
No, we didn't need to test this today. We knew it was going to be good.
And about 15 minutes later, I shot this stage a second time. This is my 9th stage of the day for score.
Now I can show you how a scorekeeper works.
Stop missing.
The top plate has been eliminated as a target until the shooter needs to rotate the spinner at the end. The par time has been increased to 240 seconds rather than 180. Because there's no reset on this stage and only the kettlebell needs to be carried back to the start, we're not worried about the stage being longer from an admin perspective, cycling all the shooters through during the main match. 240 seconds will give competitors a better chance to actually finish the stage.
Apparently it's not what I thought it was.
Hit.
The sideways throws I'm doing tend to give me more distance because the kettlebell rolls a bit at the end. The downside of this is that I'm putting strain on my outside arm, and I'll pay a price for this later during the main match in Armored Plus P division. There were competitors that dislocated their shoulders on the stage, most likely caused by releasing the kettlebell too late. We are looking at ways to address this safety issue and mitigate risk while maintaining the same level of difficulty. Perhaps mandating granny throws might be an answer to that, but we'll decide that next year when we're designing the stages.
Hit. You're at 80 seconds.
The crowd parts. He's kind of tired. Stop missing.
Low. Low. Hit.
There you go.
100 seconds. Only 140 more seconds you have to do this. Hit.
Good tosses.
Whoa.
It always works out this way where the last throw is just a few feet for me.
Hit. Over that stick, dude. Onto the berm.
Always reload with a full magazine before engaging a spinner.
Over.
Can I die now?
Huh?
Can I die now?
Yeah, you can die now.
No, I got one stage left.
You have one stage left? All right, die later.
Stage 7 was my last stage shot during the staff match after this one. Doing this stage back to back, I still get second in Classic Division by just a few seconds. I'll count that as a success. Now for my Armored Plus P Division run during the main match. This is my 18th and final stage shot of the entire event. I went into this stage with about 2.5 mags of rifle ammo left and 2 magazines of pistol ammo left. I wouldn't want to cut it any closer as far as my Armored Plus P Division ammo loadout.
City swingers, buddy. City keepers.
All the engagements with my rifle using a red dot and bipod are easier. Retrieving the rifle off the ground is easier because it's already staged and ready for me to grab. Every iteration of up and down gets progressively harder though. I'm still wearing 35 to 40 pounds of gear, and I've been on the range for 5 days helping set up the match, shooting the staff match, doing more setup and admin stuff, running a new shooter class, then shooting the main match Armored Plus P. My legs are particularly fatigued and the muscles feel tight. Definitely noticeable getting in and out of every one of these positions. As I mentioned in the Stage 5 video, my left arm is already strained, both from repetitive motion injuries related to drawing and pressing out my handgun, and from carrying heavy things during the match. You're going to see that come into play here on one of these kettlebell throws coming up.
Breathe.
The hits come so quick off the bipod, it's almost like I don't get a break.
Come on, Russell.
My left hand was the primary one gripping the kettlebell, and I feel it involuntarily give out when I went to do that throw.
Come on, Russell, come on!
Dig, dig.
T-Corn's fucking counting on you.
That throw was costly. Every extra throw the shooter has to do cost them about 15 to 20 seconds of getting down,
Come on.
shooting, and getting up out of position.
Come on.
I go to one-handed throws for the rest of the stage. I need to protect my left arm to not affect my shooting ability.
Got one more throw, buddy.
Come on.
Come on, one more throw, Russell. Get up.
No, finish it.
Hey, get
Let's go.
Again, always reload before getting in a position to shoot a spinner. The mistake I make here is that my bipod is set for the height to shoot off the flat ground. It is not set to the right height to shoot the spinner. I end up monopoding off my magazine to engage the spinner target. Using the 11.5-inch barreled SBR does require more hits to successfully rotate the spinner than with the 16-inch barrel.
Over. Nice job.
The failed throw for my arm giving out cost me several places on this stage, but it's still not that bad. I end up 7th in Armored Plus P Division on this stage. Here are the final results for Desert Brutality 2019. In Classic Division, I was first out of 23 shooters, and I was the only shooter to have shot it clean. Carl placed second, and Ian placed third in Classic Division. In Armored Plus P Division, I was third, also shooting it clean. Only 4 of us in Armored Plus P Division shot the match clean. John Stoner was first in Armored Plus P Division. He is a regular Cola Warrior participant, and while I don't really understand that event, I can no longer argue with its effectiveness. He beat me and Neil by a very wide margin. Neil, who is my local match nemesis, and we jockey for position back and forth at all the matches in Arizona, placed second. Second may have been possible for me if I was doing it fresh and well rested, but I don't think it would have been possible for me in my current condition to catch up with John Stoner. Nonetheless, I am pleased with the end result, getting first in Classic Division, shooting the match all in one day with no penalties, and immediately following it up by shooting Armored Plus P and shooting that division clean as well is a success in my opinion. Sport Division was won by We Plead the Second's TJ Masachi, who competed in a plate carrier even though he didn't have to. Marcel Engelmeyer was in second, and Robert Solomon was in third. KE Arms shooting team member Jordan Henderson was first in Scout Division, followed up by Independence Training's Glenn Stilson in second. Phil Nazarenas was third. In regular Armored Division, Joel Riley was first, Brady Argyle was second, and Brandon Stalker was third. In the overall results, I placed 11th in Armored Plus P Division and 17th in Classic Division. Out of 171 shooters, only 15 shooters completed the match clean with no penalties. In the overall results, Jordan Henderson took first with Scout Division, John Stoner took second with Armored Plus P, and Joel Riley took third with Armored Division. This is 2 years in a row of Jordan winning Scout Division and overall at Desert Brutality. In honor of that, we're running a coupon code for 15% off at kearms.com for a limited time. The coupon code is BOATS in all caps. If you know the reference, you know. With Jordan and my placements, this was a successful event for Team KE Arms. I am biased because I helped set up and run this event, but it was a big improvement over the 2018 event. Attendance increased by 66 shooters, and we cycled them all through in the same amount of time. Many thanks to the Southern Utah Practical Shooting Range and the Tactical Performance Center staff that helped make this event possible. Desert Brutality attracts a wide range of shooters that would likely not attend other events. Around half the shooters were novices. 50 people attended my new shooter clinic on Friday before the match started. For some unquantifiable reason, this event gets more new blood and interest than any other event I have attended over the past 18 years in the action shooting sports. The stages are definitively harder than most other action shooting sports venues, yet novices fight to sign up and attend. Many of them are younger, and I think that this is a real-life extension of the video games they grew up playing. Cosplaying and LARPing are accepted here. Some people just want to have a good time with their friends while testing themselves. Desert Brutality gives people something to plan and prepare for throughout the year on their own path to bettering themselves and mastering their skill at arms. If any of this appeals to you, start preparing to attend Desert Brutality in the future or other Brutality matches that may come to fruition. Thank you for watching. Come back again for more match and multi-gun competition content.